Hello my Scrappy friends, it is Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters and thank you for joining me for a Kitaholic Kits design team layout. Now for this layout I was inspired by a beautiful layout created by Alison Davis. I am sure it was a sketch first and a layout second, but what I saw on Pinterest was the finished layout and I loved it and thought it would be a perfect starting off point for this particular layout that I have created myself. So I started with my 12 by 12 piece of backing paper, but knew it needed something else to make it pop just a little. So I ended up putting a 1-inch square inside my 12 by 12. So it's leaving a really small little border of that original 12 by 12 piece, and then the inside piece having a little border, have it being the main sort of foundation for the page, if that makes sense. Normally I wouldn't create a border in this way. I'd cut a little bit off my 12 by 12 and put another piece of paper under, but I wanted the border to be the opposite this time. I wanted that original 12 by 12, a plain white or plain cream, and then that original 12 by 12 again. So that is how I tried to sort of start this base page. I chose cream instead of white because I just found that the colours in this paper were a bit more of an off-white, creamier beige compared to the stark white that some of the other kits are based around. Sometimes I don't let that bother me, but in this case I just wanted to stick with a more true colour scheme. So then the inspiration from Alison Davis were these beautiful arrows. So in the layout that I saw of hers, she had these really fun, all different coloured arrows pointing upwards with a series of photos across the bottom. So I did not use a variety of colours, as you can see. I chose the beautiful dark wood grain paper from the kit and hand cut those into arrows. I essentially created a template from a scrap sheet of paper and then just cut all of the arrows in that same template and cut them down after the fact. So I made them all 12 inches long, and then when I laid them out on my page to have a think about where I thought they would fit the nicest, I then cut them down to have that base part at a similar point all across the bottom. We also got some twine in this month's kit, so I used that to wrap around the bottom of the arrows and also closer up around the top, just to add that kind of rugged, outdoory type feel to this layout. I adhered them on the back with some double-sided tape and then put glue on top as well, and I think I put sticky tape on top as well just to keep it really stuck down because I didn't want that twine coming undone. And this was one, so in the kit we got I think it was the 4 different styles of twine, and this was the whole amount of that one style, if that makes sense. There's no leftovers. Then you can see I've got my series of photos down along the bottom, and that's matted on the same creamy base paper that I used for the inside, for the border edge, sorry. And I also made one of those photos just pop that little bit more. It's that little bit bigger, and I matted it on black paper and popped it up just to have that one sort of stand out above the rest. I've then made a cute little cluster, sort of trying to keep that element of a circle and an embellishment, and popping on my title. My title, I'm working backwards to make sure it is going to fit nicely. I didn't want to run out of space. I do squish it up just a tiny bit more to fit across the 3 arrows, and as you can see that says Kayak Fun. And then again working on my next little cluster, and again I just want to keep that sort of circle element along with an embellishment and a phrase, of course. And the embellishments that I'm using with this one were all from the Cocoa Vanilla Studios collection ephemera pack that Steph included in this month's kit. There were a variety of ephemera that I could have chosen to use with an entire 12 by 12 sticker sheet as well, but with this particular layout I just stuck with the ephemera pack from Cocoa Vanilla Studios. This is going to be my last little cluster happening here up the top, my nice little triangle of 3. Well, that's what a triangle is, isn't it, Jess? Come on. Just covering up those words along the bottom for no particular reason. It wouldn't have mattered if they'd stayed, but they were a bit more about, I think they were more about like I don't know, adventuring outdoors or camping outdoors or something like that. Something that didn't quite fit the theme of my photos. So I decided, instead of half being able to read them because half were covered and half were not, I was just going to cover the whole thing. Having trouble getting this last little piece of ephemera to stick down because my wet glue is quite liquidy for the first little bit. While it's getting tacky, they weren't really sticking, so I'm weighing it down there with my ATG gun. And now I'm going to pop on a few of those super cute little stickers, again from the Cocoa Vanilla Studio. This is their newer collection that came out not that long ago. And again, I'm just sticking with that same little 3. One of them is a compass on the little stickers. One of them is more like a star or has lots of little lines. And then one is just a plain dot. And all 3 are this, like, I have that same configuration in all 3 all 3 ephemera clusters. Oh gosh, my words are not working. I have them and adding some splatters in silver. This kit is a bit of a mixed metals kit. The papers have gold foiling and the thickers are silver. So in this case, I haven't used any gold on my layout, so I'm going to stick with just silver splatters because of the silver title. And this is my finished product. I really love the way this turned out. I think the twine looks really cute and adds a really nice pop of texture and just added color dimension. I really love the way that looks. I'm really happy with this layout, and I thank you so much for watching along, and hopefully I've inspired you to get creating this month. Thank you all, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.